happening in Cranberry Township. An hours-long shelter-in-place order just lifted for residents.
Reporter Bob Mayo is live for us in Cranberry. And Bob, you just learned some brand new information from police, so fill us in.
That's right. We just spoke with the Cranberry Police Chief, Kevin Meyer. He confirmed that shelter-in-place advisory has been lifted and the situation has been resolved. You take a look at the video, Sky 4 over this area in Cranberry. The entirety of Cranberry Township was under this shelter-in-place notice. Sky 4 video from throughout the afternoon shows you the law enforcement presence that was here. Dozens of law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, came to the assistance. How this all began was notification from some employees of the Cranberry Highlands Golf Course. They had seen a vehicle off the side of the road, approached a man who was in the vehicle, who apparently had indicated that he had had car trouble, but some things about his demeanor apparently raised some concerns to those who had interacted with him. They also saw a number of weapons, including long guns and a possible AR-style weapon inside that vehicle. That set off a police response to check the area. When they found the vehicle, they observed the long guns. They did not, however, have the man present at that time. We can tell you that the police chief here in Cranberry, Kevin Meyer, shared the following information about what law enforcement saw in that vehicle when they arrived there along Fresh Corn Road.
Inside, they could see long guns. And additionally, they found some notes inside the vehicle that were extremely concerning to the officers, indicating that this person was not mentally stable and possibly wanted to do harm to either himself or others.
So again, shortly after 3, the chief says officers encountered the man in a wooded area, off of Fresh Corn Road. They had approached him. All he would say about the situation from that point on is that the situation had been resolved and the man was not considered a danger to the community. We asked if the man was alive now or not, if there was any exchange of gunfire or shots fired by the man himself or by police. He said all of that information will be released later, but the bottom line was a thank you to the community for them responding to the shelter-in-place directive, which has been lifted. We also heard a confirmation from the chief that among the notes that the man had left in the vehicle, or writings, was a reference to a UPMC facility. He did not specify, the chief, and may not have had at his fingertips the information as to what facility that may have been, but he did confirm that in those writings there was such a reference. So, bottom line, community of Cranberry safe. Safety concerns raised because of this man who had a vehicle full of weapons whose behavior prompted some concerns. There was no one hurt in the community, no confirmation of any details about any details of gunfire. There had been a report of some sound of gunfire in the area. The chief would not answer those questions directly, saying that would come later, but saying again there was no harm and no danger through that gunfire to anyone in the community. More coming up. Reporting live in Cranberry, Bob Mayo, Pittsburgh's Action News 4. Back to you.